Pedro Porro spoke about Barcelona and made a statement that is attracting a lot of attention, especially amid the rumors surrounding a possible departure of Jules Koundé. The Spanish fullback revealed what he thinks about the possibility of one day wearing the Blaugrana shirt. And you won't believe what he said about Barca. Stay until the end to understand everything in this video. Before we talk about Pedro Porro, let's move on to a story that has just completely shaken up Barcelona's transfer market. Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona have reached a verbal agreement for the transfer of Ferran Torres for €50 million, according to reports attributed to Fabrizio Romano. The Spanish forward has not trained in recent days and is expected to travel soon to complete the next steps of the deal, while the contractual agreement with PSG had already been in place since last week. Ferran's departure comes at a time when the player's value has increased significantly. After an important season with Barcelona and scoring Spain's decisive goal in the 2026 World Cup final, the forward attracted even more attention on the international market. PSG saw an opportunity and moved quickly, while Ferran also showed a preference for the Parisian project. For Barcelona, the deal represents an important financial boost while also freeing up space on the wage bill, allowing the board to continue working on other priorities in the transfer market. The deal also comes at a strategic moment, as keeping the operation below €55 million avoids an additional financial obligation related to the player's previous transfer to Barca. Now let's move on to the story that really caught everyone's attention. Pedro Porro has once again been linked with Barcelona amid speculation surrounding a possible departure of Jules Koundé. The Spanish fullback had already caught the attention of the Catalan board during pre-season, with Joan Laporta and Deco impressed by his performances. The detail is that Porro recently renewed his contract with Tottenham until 2031, making a potential transfer much more complicated. Even so, the Spaniard's name has gained momentum again because Koundé has emerged on the radar of several major European clubs, and Barcelona could need to consider alternatives if the Frenchman actually leaves the club. Recent reports have also pointed to interest from clubs such as Arsenal and Tottenham in the French defender, although Koundé remains under contract with Barca and has previously expressed his desire to stay at the club. Porro, therefore, emerges as an option who combines La Liga experience, attacking ability and characteristics that could fit Hansi Flick's style of football. And there is one detail that makes this story even more interesting. Pedro Porro himself has never hidden his admiration for Barcelona. The Spanish fullback revealed that, when he was younger, he closely followed the team managed by Pep Guardiola and eventually became a fan of the Catalan club. Porro also made a very clear statement about the possibility of one day wearing the Blaugrana shirt. "I've always really liked Barcelona. I watched Pep Guardiola's team and became a fan from then on. If I ever get the opportunity to join Barcelona, I certainly wouldn't turn it down." Those words carry even more weight now because a potential departure of Koundé could open the door for Barca to look for a new right back. However, any deal for Porro would be complicated because of his long-term contract with Tottenham and the fact that Barcelona does not currently consider the position an absolute priority. Still, if the situation changes and Koundé actually leaves the club, the Spaniard could once again emerge as one of the most interesting names for the board. And considering that the player has already publicly expressed his desire to represent Barcelona one day, this is certainly a story worth following closely. So, what did you think of these stories? Do you believe Pedro Porro would be a good signing to replace Jules Koundé if the Frenchman leaves Barcelona? And what do you think about Ferran Torres leaving for PSG for €50 million? Would you like to see Porro wearing the Blaugrana shirt? Let us know your opinion in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up with all the latest Barcelona news, transfer market updates, and everything happening in world football.